I am a fisherman by profession in the Negombo area. And this has been our livelihood from the days of our ancestors. Though it is illegal, we kill turtles in order to sell them commercially. The demand is so great, not only for turtle meat, but for turtle eggs as well. The female green turtle crawls onto the beach to a point above high tide. Then she digs her egg pit and deposits the eggs, usually 2 at a time. Turtles are found in most parts of the world and have existed in relatively the same form since the Triassic period, which is believed to have originated 190 million years ago on Earth. Breeding usually takes place once a year. A nest may contain 100 to 200 eggs. Finally, when she covers the nest, the hind flippers are gently pressed from both sides, and the sand gets hardened into the shape of a mountain. Before leaving the show, she obliterates the side by flinging sand all over using all 4 flippers. The entire process may take a few hours. The period of incubation depends to an appreciable extent on the temperature. After the incubation period, usually 45 days to 2.5 months, the hatchings go back to the sea. The freshly hatched turtles, whose shells are still soft, are frequently attacked and preyed on by seagulls and other birds. Even in the water, they are not safe because of predaceous fish. This fisherman at the Koskoda beach tells us that when he finds turtles entangled in his fishing net, he never kills them, but sends them back to the sea, and the eggs that he finds are sent to the hatchery. Chandrasiri, manager of the Koskoda hatchery, explains how he recognizes the different varieties of turtle eggs. The egg of the green turtle is a little bigger than that of the olive ridley and is whiter and a little harder than the olive ridley egg, which is a light shade of pink. In Sri Lankan waters, 5 of the main categories of turtle are found. They are leatherback turtle, the green turtle, the hawksbill turtle, the olive ridley turtle, and 5th, the loggerhead turtle. Since 1959, efforts have been made to protect the turtle, whose normal lifespan is nearly 200 years. The hatchings are taken away to create new nesting grounds, and the hatcheries are established along the southern beaches in Sri Lanka to protect them from threats.
මේ ටැංකේ ඉන්නේ හොක්ස්බිල් කියන කැස්බෑවෙක්.
This is a hawksbill turtle.
ලෙලි කැස්බෑවෙක්.
The head is relatively small and compressed, and the mouth appears similar to the beak of a bird. All turtles have paddle-shaped legs. The hawksbill turtle is easily distinguishable from the other ones. Although the vital organs of a land tortoise are entirely protected by its shell, the head and the limbs of the sea turtle cannot be taken into its shell, and therefore it is more or less unprotected. This variety is hunted for its shell, for the ornament industry. The leather-backed turtle is the biggest found in Sri Lanka. She lays around 125 eggs at a time. The size of an egg is similar to the size of a billiard ball and is the largest variety found among turtle eggs, whereas all the other turtles lay much smaller eggs. The period of incubation varies from 56 to 65 days. Inside these hatcheries, they are quite safe and fed till they grow a little strong. After a period of 3 weeks from birth, the shell of the turtle is supposed to grow stronger. This type is called the leather-backed turtle, known in Sri Lanka as the Dara Casbawa, because the outer shell consists of easily visible yellowish lines along the shell. The head of this turtle is triangular with straight sides. In the leatherback, the thickness of the shell is reduced and becomes leathery. 3 marginal bright lines are visible on the lower side of the hind flippers, where the flippers of the baby green turtle appear round in shape and dark in color without any line. The receptors of the eye, which are responsible for color recognition, easily distinguish the differences in intensity of light. Many species can alter the lens for vision on land as well as underwater. At the Koskoda hatchery, the manager, Chandrasiri, places a seal on each turtle to denote that this is a protected species. These eggs continue to be protected at the hatchery. There are 2 maximum periods for reproduction, one in December and the other from January to April. They lay nearly 150 eggs at a time during the high tide, and young turtles are hatched out in 50 to 60 days. After the nest is completed, the female turtle appears to take no interest as she goes back to the sea. The marine green turtle, the most common variety found in Sri Lanka, has been known to swim 300 miles in 10 days. It swims steadily ahead without taking time to eat, sleep, or rest. Some make long migratory journeys from breeding beaches to feeding grounds and back. Fishermen are paid to patrol an area to collect the eggs, which are taken to the hatchery, to be hatched under guard at the project. Thousands of eggs are placed here. In the evening, the baby turtles hatch out, and by dawn they are placed in the hatchery tanks. The baby green turtle is far more active than the other varieties, and its shell is jet black in color. The upper side of the shell is patterned into 13 pieces by several lines in the shape of a net. This variety is named Mana Casbava or Valley Casbava in singular. In comparison to the baby hawksbill turtle, the shell is thicker and much harder, and at its highest development, it becomes surprisingly strong. The newly hatched hawksbill ones have a light red color, the adults with a shiny black and orange shell. This particular variety of species is called by 3 singular names: Leli Casbava, Pana Casbava, and Potu Casbava. The olive ridley turtle, known as Batu Casbava, always comes to lay its eggs near the delta, where the river flows to the sea. A survey done by the International Union to Conserve Nature has found that the olive ridley turtle and the leather-backed turtle are disappearing rapidly from the Indian Ocean. This variety is the smallest to be found among sea turtles, and the dark-colored lower side of their shells becomes whiter when they gradually grow.
Now, the legislation in Sri Lanka cover all 5 species. They are all protected, and according to the Fauna and Flora Protection Ordinance, no species can be killed, sold, or retained in a home. That includes artifacts such as ornaments, bangles, etc. You cannot sell eggs in the open market. However, one notices that very often along the coastal towns, heaps of turtle eggs being sold. If you go into a curio shop, you will always see turtle bangles and products of turtle shell and so on. Now, with this background, sometimes we also hear very much about hatcheries as a means of conserving the turtles. The idea being that since the eggs are collected by people and consumed, it is better to get these eggs, put them in an artificial hatchery, get the hatchlings out and release them to the sea. While the hatcheries play a unique role, however, the ultimate result will depend on the people accepting that turtles are endangered and they need to survive in this world.
Experiments reported in 1915 by an American indicate that turtles do hear. Some turtles hear only low frequencies, ranging from about 20 to 1,000 vibrations. Turtles have been toothless for more than 150 million years, but the jaws are sharpened and function as teeth. Most turtles prefer a varied diet. Large turtles are capable of catching fish. In Investigations reveal that the turtle eats the starfish, which destroys the reef closer to the island. The other variety is the loggerhead turtle. Mr. Kannangara, the manager of the Indurua hatchery, says that the adult male and female can be recognized by a small tail between the hind flippers. The giant brown loggerhead turtle mainly takes algae as its food. This variety is extremely rare in the Indian Ocean and needs protection. They have been intensively hunted through the years and have gradually disappeared from the shores of most of the islands. The main objective of establishing these hatcheries is to stop the senseless killing of sea turtles. Newly hatched baby turtles are kept at least 2 weeks till they get a little stronger. When the navel opening is not visible at the lower side of the shell, they could be released to the sea. The release of these turtles is mainly done with the objective of conserving marine resources. Collecting the eggs, hatching them, and safely releasing them to the sea with the intention of protecting the lives of these turtles are done with love and kindness. Everyone has the right to live.